Okay, so here I am in Longview. As you can see, once you're in town, it isn't all that long of a view. I meant to actually get a shot of it as I was coming down the hill into town, but I seem to have other things on my mind, and that's kind of sucky because I wanted that, you know. But needless to say, I did my little pit stop there. I had 4 liters of oil. Mind you, that put me like a liter over than what I'm supposed to have, but it wasn't showing on my dipstick at all. So I bought a 4-liter jug, bam, put the whole thing in there. Checked the tire, it was down to 40 pounds, so I don't even know what time it is here. It's 12 o'clock, 9. So I guess I can say I'm getting about 3 hours out of having to fill it up at the gas station there. The guy was kind enough to let me plug in and run the compressor. It was an Oriental fellow, Asian, sorry. He didn't really grasp the whole me needing a plug. He's like, I have a compressor, but I had to explain to him that the nipple points in, and you have to have a special way to do it. So he was reluctant, but eventually he agreed to it. So I checked out my brake fluid situation just to see how it's going. I'm using these brakes, and I'd like to keep it that way. It hasn't dropped at all, so I guess I now have 2 concerns, not just the tire anymore, but I now have to deal with this no fuel, no services for 113 kilometers. Well, here's hoping. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, so it isn't just the tire. Now it's obvious the PCV valves didn't do anything for me, and I'm still pumping fuel out of there somewhere. So I guess the reason I stopped a couple times and saw that it wasn't leaking very badly, maybe that's because there wasn't anything in it. Who's to say? But you know, if it was 3 liters down, it should mean I still had at least another 3 liters in there. So just going to have to check that a little more frequently. I'm a little leery about turning the bus off, because in the past what's happened, whether it's the compression of the motor or something like that, or maybe it's just that because of all the oil that's leaking out, it's probably coated my starter, and my starter gets hot, and the battery typically doesn't have enough juice, so I gotta let it sit and cool down and all that sort of stuff. So far so good. It's lugging over a little bit, but thankfully the motor seems to be doing quite well in that respect. So it's firing up right away regardless of how fast it's actually turning over, so that's kind of nice. But here I'll give you guys a little view of the south side of Longview. Heading southbound on the number, not number 3 yet. I'm on Highway 22, and 100 kilometers from now I'll be getting on to the number 3 highway, the shortest distance to the coast, also known as the Crow's Nest Pass.